Okay, I'm changing the struts on a 2000 Pontiac Grand Am. I'm going with the KYB Strut Plus Assembly. It comes completed. You just take the old one off, put this whole new unit in. Opposed to buying the strut, then using spring compressors, compress the spring, take the strut out, put the new strut in. With the assembly, you get a new spring, you get new mounting points, new plate, and everything is new. And it's a whole lot easier. And I'm gonna show you just how easy that this is. Oh, by the way, KYB, made in America. Made in the USA. Okay. I'll show you just how easy this is. Okay, on the top, these are, you have three 13 millimeter. These are two nuts. This is one bolt. Then at the bottom, you have, this is a 13/16 nut, and then this is a 13/16 nut, and then these are self-tightening bolts, so you don't even have to put anything on the other side. So you simply take these two off, these top three, this whole your whole rotor caliper assembly will go ahead and shift. Slide that out, slide the new one in. I have a breaker bar, again 13/16. Don't even have to use like I said, don't even have to use a ratchet or a wrench on the backside. It's pretty much self-tightening. Take those out and tap those out. And then the top, 13 millimeters. And then simply just pull it out. There you go. Now that I have it out the car, you can see that it lines up exactly like the stock. The mounting screws are the same. They line up the same with the bottom bracket. The coils, actually this coil looks like you get an extra coil, so it should be even a little smoother. And then if you were to just order just your strut, you can see how you would just compress the springs. Like I say, take the center nut off from inside the top cap, slide the strut out, slide the new strut in. But when you just get the whole assembly, you get everything is new. So let me show you how you put it back on. Again, you just take it, push it up in there, line it up with the three holes in the top, line it up with the bottom, and that's it. You can take your self-tightening bolts and you can push this up and down. You can push this whole unit up and down so you can line it up. and tighten my nuts back on. And run out of juice. Go ahead and tighten those. Tighten those. And then tighten the top. The top, they came with 12 millimeters. Sorry, they actually came with 13 millimeters. Then you go back down here to the bottom and finish tightening. And then go ahead and torque them to specs. You go ahead and you torque those to specs, and then you're done. Today I'm replacing the struts on a 2000 Pontiac Grand Am. Here's the old strut, here's the new strut. Push down the new one, which is very hard, and you can see it comes back up. The old one, I pushed it down, hasn't come up yet. You know, it bottomed out, the seals have broke. So this is bad. Then I'm using KYB gas shock, the XLG. First, what you want to do is jack the vehicle up, place it on jack stands or however you support it. Then go ahead and take the tires off. I also slide the tire under the car just for extra support. Then you have, here are the two bottom bolts, and the nut is, it's a 22-inch nut, a 22 millimeter nut, two at the bottom, and then at the top you have these two bolts are 13 millimeters. And this one's also 13. The center nut that holds the spring compressed is also a 22. These two bottom two are on pretty tight, so you're going to need a breaker bar. Once you break them off, then you can just use your ratchet. I've become a little lazy, and I'm going to use my little impact gun. My little impact gun. Then you simply get a hammer, tap both the bolts out. And with this, it just pulls on down. Now onto the top. Onto the top. These three are 13 millimeter. Those are easy. And before I completely take that off, what I want to do is I just want to break the tightness of this center nut, because when I did the driver's side, it was a nightmare trying to break it loose once I put the spring compressors on. So I'll just break the seal. All I did was just loosen it. It's still holding. And then I'll go ahead and take these out. Now that the top 3 nuts and bolts are out, you just push it down, right on out. Very easy, like I just struggled to do. Okay, now here comes the scary part for a lot of people. This spring right here is under a tremendous amount of pressure. You take this center nut out, the spring will shoot 50 feet or something. Hurt you very bad, might even kill you. So what you do is you go and I just rented these spring compressors. And what they do, they have little hooks and you hook it to one side. Hook it to one side, push this little pin in, hook it to that side, push that little pin in, and then you tighten it down. And what you do is that compressor, that spring compressor is right there on that side. Take this other one, and you want them exactly directly straight across from one another. You don't want them too close. Then as they compress the spring, they'll compress unevenly. Make sure you want these little safety pins pushed in. And then I'm going to use, I believe these were for the 19 millimeter. So I'll go ahead. Make sure they're directly across from one another. Now, as you can see, these compressors are directly across from one another. So I'm gonna do this laying down. Even though I cracked that center nut, you can see it still turns. So what I did, I took a wrench and positioned the wrench like so and struggled some more. But it helped. It helped that I loosened it while I was still in the car, because this is coming off pretty easy. When I did the other side, it was a nightmare. And there you go. And then you simply just slide it out. And let's see how this one goes down. Man, that's going down way too easy and won't come up. The new one, it's hard to press it down and then it comes right back up. So I'm going to make sure I use all my new stuff. I have to take this little rubber piece out. The little rubber piece has a groove right here where it lines up with the spring. You want that to line back up just like that. So put this on. It also has a little lining up rubber seal, put that in. Then you go ahead and put the top piece back on, line it up, tighten that center nut. Make sure it's lined up. Then you can release pull the pin, pull the pin, take it out, pull the pin, take them out. Then this swivels so you can line it up with the 3 holes in the top, and that's next. That one. That's that one, and then the last one. Little trick: if you turn the screw the opposite way, you'll hear it click, or you'll feel it line up perfectly. And then you can go ahead and tighten it up. Now, putting these bottom ones in, you can press the whole caliper and rotor down so you can line it up. Simply line it up, slide them in, go ahead and again hand tighten the nut onto the bolt. And then you go ahead and you torque that to your car specific specs. Put your tire back on, lower the car, good to go.